KOKW calling. Come in.
Hello friends, welcome to the scariest place on YouTube. I am Jason Bartolis, aka Casper. I will be your narrator for today. We are going to tell true stories submitted by viewers. The first story we're going to get to is called The Poltergeist, sent to you by Anonymous. It all started off as a couple kids playing with the Ouija board. We would often play with the Ouija board, wondering if there really are spirits that creep in the shadows. One day I had a bright idea to go to a graveyard that was close by my house. It was called Grove Cemetery. Me and a couple friends went to this cemetery. We brought voice recorders, cameras, and candles, and of course, the Ouija board. So we set up in the graveyard and we found the most creepiest, scariest tombstone you could possibly come across. It was very dented and cracked, and you can barely read the description on the tombstone. We set up the candles and the Ouija board around the tombstone, just being kids, thinking nothing's truly going to happen. And I also always thought it was always my friends messing around, trying to scare me, pushing the little plastic piece on the Ouija board. So we started asking questions to the Ouija board, not thinking we would seriously get a response. The first question we asked, "Is there anybody here with us? If so, direct a plastic piece to yes." We sat around for a minute and nothing happened. So we decided to ask again. This time, we rephrased the question. "Are there any dead people sitting around with us? If so, press the little plastic piece to yes on the Ouija board." Now, me just thinking it's my friends messing around, the plastic piece on the Ouija board started creeping slowly to the letter Y, then to the letter E, then to the letter S. I'm looking around thinking one of these guys are just messing with me. So after we got our response, I'm looking around, and all my friends' eyes looked pretty big, and all of a sudden I got a shiver down my spine, and I had a feeling maybe it just wasn't my friends pushing the Ouija board around. So I say, "Come on guys, stop messing around. I know you guys are pressing this and pushing it around." My buddy Matt looked at me and says, "Dude, it wasn't me. I promise." Tom also looked and said, "Bro, it wasn't me. Unless it was you, this thing is really moving." So we're all freaked out, wondering if we should ask another question. So of course Matt, being the brave one out of the bunch, asks, "If you're really a ghost, then when did you die?" We're sitting around waiting for a response, and we didn't get one. So we start laughing and chuckling. Matt says, "See, this isn't real." All of a sudden, our fingers are off the plastic piece, and the Ouija board starts moving by itself, and it says, "I didn't." Our eyes got real big. We start freaking out. We jump up, and we start running. Of course, I'm gonna follow Matt because he's the brave one out of the bunch. He was always a little bigger. So we were running, and we reached the end of the cemetery, and we stopped to catch our breath. And I asked Matt, I said, "What do you think that could have meant? I didn't die." Matt says, "I don't know, man, but do you really want to find out?" Next thing I know, we start seeing shadows move within shadows. I knew right away something was telling us, so we hightailed back home as fast as we could. So we reached the end of Grove Cemetery Road, and Matt and Tom, they lived basically side by side. and they both went home. We all looked at each other. We knew something paranormal absolutely happened. But now I had to walk home by myself. So I'm walking down the sidewalk, and as I'm walking, I get up to this old lady's house. We used to always make fun of her and call her the cat lady. She had overgrown weeds growing all over her house, and on the corner of the sidewalk there was this big weed. So I stopped because I thought I heard something, and I looked down at this weed, and this weed starts violently shaking all by itself. I tried to stop and look at it and make sense of the situation, but then meanwhile this whole night didn't make any sense. So I screamed out, "Stop following me! I know you're following me! Please get away from me!" And I hightailed home as fast as I could. I ran up my steps onto the porch. I opened the door frantically as fast as I could, knowing there was just something inches behind me, willing and waiting to grab me as soon as it could. I slammed the door, I slide down the door, and I wipe off my forehead, and I say, "Whew, I'm glad that's over." Now you think when you're home, you're absolutely safe. Boy, was I wrong. Later on that night, I brush my teeth and I go to lay down in my bedroom. As I lay down in my bedroom, I'm starting to fall asleep, and I hear something whisper in my ear, "I didn't die." I jump up and I scream, "Are you still following me? Please leave me alone. I'm just a kid. I don't want to die. Please leave me alone." And it got eerily quiet in my bedroom. Then I seen shadows moving within shadows, and I knew right away I brought something home. Ever since that night, I get terrorized every night when I go to sleep. My covers mysteriously end up on the floor. Things that I place on my dresser are moved night to night. So my suggestion to you would be, don't mess around in the graveyard, especially with a Ouija board. You never know what you just might bring home. So guys, I'm Jason Bartolis, aka Casper. I really hope you like this. If you have any scary stories that you would like to submit, you could submit them in the comment section below or email me at x.casper266@gmail.com. Until next time guys, stay safe and don't play with those Ouija boards. You just never know what you might bring home.